The traditional view of valuable customers is those that spend the most. But what if there's a hidden group of customers, your fans, that can drive even more value for your brand? Here's a clip from our spring launch webinar where we cover how to identify, nurture, and activate your most valuable customers like never before. In this session, we're going to look at how you can use Mention Me data to identify and nurture your best customers. We're going to take you through a fictional scenario where we use a powerful metric called Extended Customer Revenue, or ECR. Now, ECR is a metric that measures the true economic impact of your customer advocates as they spend money while also inviting their friends to do the same through your referral program. So let's meet Jane, head of CRM at Apollo. Jane is responsible for driving sales, loyalty, and increased LTV across her base. This year, more than ever, she's under pressure to get people spending money, but also retain her most valuable segments. She knows the bulk of her company's revenue is coming from a small section of her best customers, so identifying and then activating them in the right way is crucial to success. Apollo, like many other businesses, have been using models such as RFM to identify and target their best customers. Whether it's the ones who have the highest order value or frequency, the focus is all around how much revenue that individual can deliver. But what happens when, during tough times, even Apollo's best customers aren't able to spend as much with your brand as they normally would? One of Jane's big problems in the current climate is to focus on retention. How could Apollo's best customers be looked after, even if they're cutting down on the amount of gym shorts they're buying? Anchor, have we got anything that can help?
Well, James, we do actually. And luckily for Jane, here at Mention Me, we have found a way to use that first-party referral data to help all brands uncover who their most valuable customers really are. We are calling it the Extended Customer Revenue. And by adding the referral data on top of any existing segmentation, brands can reveal the additional revenue customers are bringing in through their advocacy. Now, back in December, we did release the ECR metric into the Mention Me platform, and we had some really amazing feedback. But today, we are launching some additional enhancements that I'm really excited to take you all through. So let's dive into the platform for a quick demo. Here is the new ECR performance page in the Mention Me platform. As we land on this page, the first thing you'll see is a chart that shows you the comparison between the revenue brought in by referring and non-referring customers, and most importantly, how much additional revenue those referring customers have brought in through their friends and family. We've had such great feedback from everyone using this since we released it back in December. It really helps to understand that the most valuable customers are not those who spend the most, but are those who are bringing along their friends and family. As we go down the page, we highlight the wider business impact from those customers who are referring. They are not only more likely to purchase again, but are then also more likely to refer than non-referred customers. So at this point, the next best action you can do is really to try and identify who these customers are so that you can find more just like them. So to help, we are splitting customers into 3 main segments: high, medium, and low ECR based on AOV, and then further segmenting those into active, dormant, and lapsed, as seen on this chart here. These segments can then be exported and used within your CRM platform to further enhance your segmentation strategy. To ensure all of our customers unlock the full value of ECR, we are today introducing a new set of recommendations to help you plan your next steps. So we can see these recommendations at the bottom of the page. The first set are centered around ways to boost customer retention rates. While customers may appear to be dormant or lapsed in the more traditional sense, they might still be referring your brand. So by identifying referral behavior, you are able to truly identify which customers are dormant or lapsed and target them with the right messages. We've all had those emails from brands asking us to come back because they've missed us. But if you're still actively promoting a brand, this is entirely the wrong message. Instead, you can now take those customers on a completely different journey, where perhaps you share a referral offer instead. We've seen brands like Puma use this exact strategy with fantastic results. The other sets of recommendations are around driving more revenue from existing customers. You can use low, medium, ECR as a triggering rule to give these customers a specific offer to make them more likely to refer in the future. And finally, you can then understand how to get the maximum value from these customers by engaging, growing, and retaining as many as possible. This could include enrolling them into a VIP program that offers early access to deals, or even route their support calls to your top customer service agents. All of this data is available to export from the platform and can then be used within your CRM tool or across any other tools you might be using. And that's a wrap on our ECR demo today.
Thanks, Anka. That's great. But it turns out it's not the end of the story. Now that Jane is nailing her customer segmentation, she remembers a conversation she had with her colleague Scott during a recent meeting. Now, Scott is Apollo's paid search and social guru, and he's having major problems acquiring the right customers on Facebook and Google at a reasonable cost per acquisition, or CPA. As a result, the business is now scrutinizing the spend on every campaign, putting Scott under considerable pressure. Jane speaks with Scott and tells him about how ECR has been a revelation in uncovering Apollo's most valuable customers. She also thinks Scott can use these same insights to help transform his own campaigns. So, Anka, can you take us through how exactly that would work?
Yes, absolutely. Because what Scott can do today in the Mention Me platform is connect his ad account manager to either Google or Facebook and create high converting lookalike audiences with the same ECR data that we've been talking through earlier. So what we are launching today is 2 new audiences using ECR data. The first contains the highest successful referrers. So this includes advocates with the greatest revenue when accounting for both their spend and their friends' spend. The second segment contains active referrers, and these are advocates who've either referred or purchased recently.
That's great. So what we're saying is that using these new segments based on ECR, Scott can experiment with acquiring better customers via lookalike audiences.
Yes, absolutely. And that's exactly how you can grow a business sustainably.
Amazing. Thanks, Anka. So let's skip 3 months on, and Jane's new retention strategy has been a big hit. She's already run a number of hugely successful campaigns targeting her ECR customer segments that have delivered some of the best results Apollo has ever seen. She catches up with Scott at the weekly team meeting. He describes how his lookalike audiences generated from using Mention Me has helped him deliver thousands of new customers at much lower CPA. Jane is also reaping the benefit of Scott's success as she's beginning to notice better quality of customer coming from his paid campaigns. ECR from Mention Me offers a brand new way to identify your highest value customers, so you can nurture and grow the love they have for your brand. Now, the great news is ECR is already available to view in your Mention Me package today. If you have the optimized package, you're also able to put ECR lookalike audiences to work, just like Scott did in our story. And finally, with Optimize, you'll soon be able to push ECR data from Mention Me directly into the major marketing automation platforms, such as Emarsys, Klaviyo, and Salesforce Marketing Cloud.